Hello students, welcome to this video on The Edible Woman written by Margaret Atwood. And I noticed that in the short video that I made on chapter 1, the one just posted just before, the previously posted video, I had committed a small error and I'm sorry about that. The error is that I usually revise what has been done before I proceed further, and I'm sorry that got violated this time. So a quick look at in that video. So ignore that video. Those who want to see that video, please see it. Those who don't want to see it, don't bother about it. We are going to do chapter 1 again in one in a single video. So there is not going to be, chapter 1 is not going to be divided into 2 or 3 parts. So don't worry about that. So yeah, so we looked at Margaret Atwood. She's a writer. I don't want to call her a feminist writer because she is very clear that she wrote before feminism took root, before feminism became a movement. So and in fact, in this novel is not her first novel, and that she was trying to explore in The Edible Woman. She was trying to explore what is called as the concept of symbolic cannibalism, in which we take pleasure in eating food which is shaped which is shaped like animals or humans. Okay, and she is specifically referring to wedding cakes and candies which are shaped like that. I think one more thing that I wanted to, and I showed you biscuits which are shaped like that. And moreover, this novel was written on empty exam booklets, which I just as a reference, I wanted to give you J.R.R. Tolkien, who wrote the famous series The Hobbit. Okay, and The Hobbit, which was a novel and which has now become a very big franchisee in Hollywood. By the way, franchisee என்றால் எந்த படத்துக்கு parts 1, 2, 3 அப்படின்னு இருக்கோ அது பேரு franchisee. Plus franchisee can also mean that franchise can also mean, not franchisee, sorry, franchise can also mean a series of films which have become successful. Okay, for example, the vampire, there is a series on vampires which has become very successful. I forget the name of the movie. So idu paathuto, and then she said enna 1965 la எழுதினே, but it got published in 1969. Okay, so the publication of Edible Woman, I'm sorry I didn't mention it here, the year of publication, 1969. So The Edible Woman is not her first novel. It got published in the year 1969, and it coincided with the rise of feminism. So many people believe that this is a feminist novel, although many elements of the feminist novel are also found in the heroine of this, the protagonist of this, the heroine or protagonist of this novel, whom we are going to meet in chapter 1. Okay, so mainly the problem of a career which is going nowhere, the problem of marriage. Do I get married? If I get married, then can I continue my career? These are problems which are faced by women even today. Okay, so let us so with this introduction, let us start. So we are going to look at part 1 of the novel. Okay, so we are going to look at part 1, and we are going to start with chapter 1. So let us look at what we how this novel begins. So students, this novel begins on a Friday morning. Okay, and we are introduced to, the narrator introduces us to a character. So the narrator is also the heroine of the novel, and in part 1, okay, I'm going to say she because it's a woman. Obviously it's a woman. The narrator is, it's entirely a first person narrative. So I அப்படிங்கறத அவங்க சொல்லுவாங்க, அவங்க யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க, first person narrative. And we are introduced to a character called Ainsley. Okay, we are introduced to a character called Ainsley. Now Ainsley is having a hangover. Okay, she is suffering from a hangover. What is a hangover? Hangover is what any person experiences after he or she has had an alcoholic drink or 2 or 3 alcoholic drinks. So நிறைய கொஞ்சம் ஆல்கஹால் சாப்பிட்டதுக்கு அப்புறம் உள்ள எஃபெக்ட், the effect after drinking alcohol. And this effect after drinking alcohol, இந்த எஃபெக்ட் எப்போ எப்போ சார், when will the effect take I mean, when will the effect come into when will it take effect அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா கரெக்டா 12 to 14 hours after the. So நல்லா கவனிச்சீங்கன்னாக்க, if you observe those who drink alcohol, the next day say they have had it the previous evening, the next day morning. So Friday morning, the next morning they'll suffer from a hangover. Ainsley is suffering from a hangover, and what the narrator does is she and she was not in a cheerful mood. So what she does is she prepares her tomato juice. The narrator prepares tomato juice and another antidote, an Alka-Seltzer for to antidote na enna, it's an antidote to overcome the hangover la inda vella varadhukku. Okay, usually people in our country they give lemon juice or more because it's an antidote to a hangover. Hangover na enna, it is caused mainly because of the disturbance that alcohol has caused to your brain and to your other biochemical reactions in the body, mainly to your brain. So in the and okay, actually the narrator is saying that she is actually preparing this Alka-Seltzer and tomato juice, and she is listening to what in the hangover edunalana Ainsley had attended a party, okay, in which only dentists and dental college students had attended. They had come to this party. அவங்க ஏன் இந்த பார்ட்டிக்கு போனாங்கன்னா, okay, so this party was an exclusive party meant only for dentists and dental college students. And what she did was, so what they did was they talked only about people's mouths, people's teeth. மத்தவங்களோட டீத்தை பத்தியும் மத்தவங்களோட மவுத்தை பத்தியும் பேசிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. So Ainsley she wanted to be part of the party, so she described a problem that she had in her mouth, an abscess that she had in her mouth. She talked about her dental problems, her dental her ஏதோ ஒரு தடவை அவளுக்கு ஏதோ ஒரு problem வந்திருக்கு, and only then they listened to it with interest, and she found this extremely uninteresting. This party was a disaster. Okay, this party was uninteresting, was a disaster, was extremely uninteresting for Ainsley. So what she does is அவ வந்து திட்றா, இந்த மாதிரிலாம் ஒரு பார்ட்டிக்கு போய் நான் மாட்டின்ட்டேனே அப்படின்னு அவ ஃபீல் பண்றா. And so she's saying this as she's consuming this tomato juice and this Alka-Seltzer, which is an antidote to. Antidote na enna, that which counteracts the effect, some effect. Okay, so other antidote, ANTIDOTE, antidote. Okay, so in the party பத்தி அவ சொல்லிட்டு, and then she suspects, அவ சொல்றா எனக்கு என்னமோ டவுட் வருது, narrator கிட்ட சொல்றா, I doubt. Of course the narrator's name is not mentioned, it will be mentioned in another 2 pages. Okay, she says, I think that these fellows, these dentists carry a small mirror in their okay, these dentistry students, dentistry students na use பண்றாங்க, நான் dental college students na போட்டிருக்கேன். So there is, just check the novel, I may give a different I may use a slightly different words. These dentists carry a mirror in their pockets just to check their mouths, whether just to check their teeth, அதுல ஏதாவது கேவிட்டிஸ் வந்திருக்கான்னு செக் பண்றதுக்கு இவங்க வந்து இது பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பாங்க அப்படின்னு அவ சொல்றாங்க. ஓகே, so we are it's Friday morning. Ainsley is suffering a hangover. She's feeling terrible, she's feeling miserable because she has to attend such parties. And why does she have to attend such parties? Because there is a reason for that. Ainsley works in a company where they produce toothbrushes, electric toothbrushes, and she is a tester of defective toothbrushes. Alla defect irka, quality control. Okay, toothbrushes, she has to test whether so whether the toothbrushes are right. So she is sick of listening to dentists who talk nothing else about but people's mouths, people teeth and mouth, அது பத்தி தான் பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க அப்படின்னு அவ கம்ப்ளைண்ட் பண்றா. அவ கம்ப்ளைண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு then the narrator notices that she is late for work. So what she does, she knows that she cannot have a very elaborate breakfast. So she gobbles down a glass of milk. She has a quick breakfast, but not a very sumptuous one. So she has a bowl of cereal and number what we call as Kellogg's. Of course, I'm not promoting any brand, okay, and milk. And she knows that she'll be hungry after some time. So after some 1.5 to 2 hours. So bowl of cereal and milk. And what she does is she wears her, she dresses up and she goes downstairs. Okay. Yen go downstairs na இப்பதான் நமக்கு ஒரு சின்ன அட்வென்ச்சர் நம்ம இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்ண போறோம். What happens is, see, her company, the company in which the narrator works, demands that they dress up formally. So she has to wear high heels, and there is an adventure that she is going to undergo. What is this adventure? The adventure of going from their room, which is on the top floor, to the ground floor. So இது எப்படி இருக்கும்னா, imagine this. Let me show it to you diagrammatically. Let me draw this house for you. Say this is the street, and this is the house. So imagine this to be a large house and a huge doorway. பெரிய கதவு இருக்கும். அதுல இவங்க இங்க இருக்காங்க. Okay? So this is their apartment. Okay? Or this is their portion, as we call it. நம்ம அவங்க அபார்ட்மெண்ட்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, அவங்க portion. கீழ ஓனர் இருக்காங்க. கீழ the landlady is there. Okay, so this is the thing. So they have to use the stairs. So let me show it to you like this, from this view, from the side view. So there will be a stairs coming like this, then a landing, then another stairs. The trouble is, so this is their apartment. Okay, and this is the doorway. இங்க இப்படி வந்தா டோர் வந்துரும். So இதுல என்னன்னா, wearing this high heels and going downstairs is an adventure. Okay, so please read the novel. It's very funny. Okay, so since and she's going downstairs with the idea of avoiding a talk with the landlady. But look at what happens. The landlady. So till here it's clear. Okay, if it's clear, let us continue. So this adventure of going down the stairs is there, and I know she's about to avoid the landlady. But what happens is, I'll just show it to you here. அவங்க எப்படியோ கஷ்டப்பட்டு கீழே வந்துடுறாங்க. The narrator. So these are the stairs, landing, then another set of stairs before she reaches the. But அவங்க இங்க சைடுல இருக்காங்க, landlady ஓட இது. So இது அப்படியே சுத்தி இருக்கும். இவங்க மேல மட்டும் இருக்காங்க. So the landlady's rooms are surround the house. முன்னாடியும் இருப்பாங்க, பின்னாடியும் உங்களுக்கு ரூம்ஸ் இருக்கும், இந்த சைட்லயும் ரூம்ஸ் இருக்கும். ஸோ இட் இஸ் ஆல்மோஸ்ட் லைக் அ தமிழ்ல ப மாதிரி, இன்வெர்டட் ப. இப்படிக்கு பதிலா இப்படி நினைச்சுக்கோங்க, இப்படி இமேஜின் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. ஓகே, ஸோ இப்படி சுத்தி இருக்கும். ஸோ வாட் ரியலி ஹேப்பன்ஸ் இஸ், when she almost reaches downstairs, she wants to avoid talking to the landlady, but suddenly she comes out of nowhere. Okay, but she cannot avoid her immediately. See, the first time we are the landlady, whom they call the lady down below, the landlady, she is referred to as the lady down below. கீழ வசித்து கொண்டிருக்கும் lady அப்படினா அவங்க சொல்றாங்க. So what happens is, she calls out Miss, she calls out to the narrator, and we understand Miss McAlpin. This is the name of the narrator. நான் வந்து நேத்திக்கு ஒரு விஷயத்தை பார்த்தேன். She is addressing the lady down below, is addressing her. கடைசி நாவல் முடியற வரைக்கும் இவங்களோட பேரே வராது, இவங்க பேரும் வராது. இவங்களுக்கு ஒரு குழந்தை இருக்காங்க, ஒரு 15-year-old daughter, whose name is also not revealed. So she talks to the narrator and she says that, she had noticed a fire the previous night coming out from their apartment. உங்க அபார்ட்மெண்ட்ல இருந்து ஒரு ஃபயர் வந்தது, என்ன அது, வாட் இஸ் இட் அப்படின்னு கேக்குறாங்க. And she wants McAlpin to remind Miss Tews, sorry, T-E-W-C-E. Who is Miss Tews? Miss Tews is Ainsley. That is அவங்களோட ஃபேமிலி நேம், வேற ஒன்றும் இல்லை. Ainsley Tews. And இவங்களோட பேரை சொல்றேன், Marian McAlpin. Okay, அது எப்படியும் it is going to come out, don't worry at all. This will be revealed very soon. So அவங்கள வந்து கேர்ஃபுல்லா இருக்க சொல்றாங்க. என்னாச்சுன்னா, I think they had kept some Miss Tews had that is Ainsley had tried to fry or do some pork chops, ஏதோ குக்கிங் பண்ணாங்க. ஸோ அந்த குக்கிங் தான் இவ சொல்றா, இல்ல குக்கிங் தான் நடந்தது, அது போய் நீங்க ஃபயர்னு சொல்றீங்களா? இல்ல நான் வெளியில போயிருந்தேன். I had gone out for a meeting and her daughter, the lady down below, her daughter had noticed this fire. Okay, had noticed a fire in their apartment. Actually the fire கிடையாது, in their apartment. Okay, don't forget, apartment here means portion. Okay, நம்ம இதுல நம்ம portion னு சொல்லுவோம்ல. So what really happens is, so from their apartment, from their portion. Okay, so இந்த டாக்டரோட வயசு என்னன்னா, she is 15 years old. குழந்தை பார்த்தா அப்படின்னாங்க. Well, that is how people refer to to younger people. Once you attain a particular age, குழந்தைன்னு சொல்றது ஒன்றும் தப்பு இல்லை. But anyway, so they find it a bit, the narrator finds it, 15 வயசு அடுத்து திருப்பி குழந்தை, might the child notice, the child ஏன் சொல்றேன் அப்படின்னு. ஓகே, ஸோ இதை பார்த்து இது அவங்க பேசி, ஓகே இட் won't happen again. ஆக்சுவலி இது வந்து நாட் த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஃபயர், ரெண்டாவது ஃபயர் அப்படின்றாங்க. இந்த மாதிரி எவ்வளவோ நடந்திருக்கு அப்படின்றாங்க. ஸோ இது பண்ணிட்டு இவங்க பேசி முடிச்ச உடனே the narrator, she goes out, the narrator misses the bus. Okay, so what happens is, she wanted to avoid talking to the lady down below, to the landlady. Okay, she wanted to avoid talking to the landlady, but she could not do that here. So what really happened is, well, she misses the bus, and so now that she has missed the bus, Ainsley joins her at the bus stop, and then she tells her, இந்த மாதிரி அவங்க சொன்னாங்க, இந்த மாதிரி there is some problem அப்படின்ட்டு. So Ainsley says no, see, and the narrator tells her about what the lady down below. So the Ainsley suspects that இல்ல அவங்க நேத்திக்கு வெளியில போயிருக்க மாட்டாங்க. என்ன சொன்னானா, நான் வெளியில போயிருந்தேன், the child noticed that there is a fire from your apartment in the previous night. நான் ஒரு மீட்டிங்காக போயிருந்தேன். She suspects that the landlady or the lady down below is spying on them. எப்படின்னா என்னென்ன சொல்றானா, அவ வந்து வெளியில போயிருக்க மாட்டா. அந்த பெரிய கர்டன் இருக்கு இல்லையா, இங்க ஒரு கர்டன்ஸ் போட்டு வச்சிருப்பாங்க விண்டோஸ்க்கு, French windows or whatever, இங்க கர்டன்ஸ் இருக்கும். அந்த கர்டன்ஸ் நடுவுல ஒளிஞ்சுண்டு she is spying on us. I think she is and then they remember, actually the narrator remembers, இது அவங்க பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க. And what happens is, the narrator remembers the interview that they had with they have moved in some 3 or 4 months ago. So அவங்களுக்கு வந்து they remember the interview that they had. அதுக்கு இன்டர்வியூ எல்லாம் வச்சு அவங்க இது பண்ணாங்க. The interview that they had before with the landlady. Okay, so அந்த இன்டர்வியூல அவ வந்து சொல்லியிருந்தா இந்த மாதிரி, she had said that this lady down below பத்தி இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் நமக்கு கிடைக்கிறது. Sorry, lady down below பத்தி, she's a widow with a 15-year-old daughter. She has a daughter. She belongs to the upper middle class because she has a huge house. And what happens is, her daughter is going to a respectable school where they teach her all the all that piano learning and all that, piano lessons and all that. So we noticed that the lady down below's daughter practices on the piano. Actually, she is practicing on the piano when this conversation takes place. So அவங்க ரெண்டு பேர் பேச ஆரம்பிச்சோன்னா பியானோ விட்டுட்டு இவங்க பியானோ பிராக்டிஸ் விட்டுட்டு இது பண்றா. So actually இவங்களோட அவங்க வந்து லேடி டவுன் பிலோவோட அந்த before taking it out for rent, she had made it very clear that she was giving it to 2 educated women. That is, she was renting it to two educated women, Yare, the narrator and Ainsley, but somehow she felt that Ainsley did not belong to her class. So the lady down below always talked to the narrator. Always talked to the narrator. She did not talk to Ainsley. Ainsley gave the impression of being a schoolgirl. Not a very mature lady. Although both of them are of the same age, and not to Ainsley. So idum oru vishayam reveal agirudhu. When they were searching for an apartment, when they were searching for a place to stay, the narrator had done all the talking to the lady down below, and she had made it clear. But my husband illa, I'm a widow, and the husband oda portrait anga maati irukku. நான் என் குழந்தைக்கு எல்லாத்தையுமே கொடுக்கணும்னு நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம், நீங்க யூ ஷுட் பிஹேவ் யுவர் செல்ஃப் அப்படின்னு அவன் சொல்றா. இன்ஃபேக்ட் the lady down below has a lot of, she had not said what not to do. So அவங்களுக்கு தெரியல முதல்ல அவங்க ஆல்கஹால் கொண்டு முடியுமா, அவங்க வீட்டுக்கு வைன் பாட்டில்ஸ் கொண்டு முடியுமா அப்படிலாம் தெரியல. So that is according to the lady down below, Ainsley was less respectable, so she never spoke to her. So they never had any conversations. எதுவா இருந்தாலும் நரேட்டர் வழியா தான் மெசேஜ் போகும். So this is one problem. So then, so now they've talked about இது அவங்க பஸ் ஸ்டாண்ட்ல நின்னு இது பண்றாங்க, பஸ் வருது, they take the bus. So and then the subway, by subway what we mean by subway is metro, okay, what we call as metro, okay. And then so their offices are in the same district. By district we mean locality, okay. Ambattur is a district, Avadi is a district, okay, Pattabhiram is a district. So their offices are in the same district. So what happens is Ainsley goes to her office, and narrator இறங்கும்போது the narrator feels that Ainsley has a better job than her, okay. Yeah, because Ainsley's job is temporary and she can look forward to changing jobs, okay, although the narrator's job is better paying, okay. இது பண்ணிட்டு அவங்க ஆபீஸ்க்குள்ள போகும்போது she is almost 45 minutes late. So let us it's a lovely introduction. Please read the novel, only then you will be able to appreciate it much better. So let us look at what happens in chapter 1. It is Friday morning and Ainsley and the narrator are roommates, okay. Of course, roommates in this context is they live in the same portion, okay, of a large house, and the portion is on the second floor, okay. So by second floor I mean ground, first floor. நம்ம American systemல அது second floor item, na adu first floor, second floor. Well, anyway, let's talk about that later. So the narrator and Ainsley are having a conversation. Ainsley is actually having a hangover, and the narrator prepares her tomato juice and Alka-Seltzer to overcome the hangover. Ainsley has attended a party on Thursday night, and what happens is she has gone to a party which is attended by dentists and dental college students, and the only thing that they talk about is dental problems. In fact, she talked about her old dental problem. When she was young, she had an old dental problem that she had in the past. And what happens is they're interested. They listen to her. Only then they listen to her with interest. Otherwise, they were not interested in talking to her. So அவங்க கேக்குறா, என்ன எதுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி அப்படின்னு அவ சொல்றா. நான் தப்பி தவறி நான் இந்த டெஸ்டர் ஆஃப் டிஃபெக்டிவ் டூத் பிரஷஸ் அந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்ல போய் சேர்ந்துட்டேன், அந்த மாதிரி கம்பெனில போய் சேர்ந்துட்டேன், டூத் பிரஷ் மேனுஃபேக்சரிங் கம்பெனில போய் சேர்ந்தா இப்படிதான் நடக்கும் அப்படின்னு அவ இது பண்றா. And she feels miserable. Ainsley feels miserable. So the narrator notices that she's late for work. She has a quick breakfast. She knows that she's going to be hungry later. She dresses up and she goes downstairs. Since she's wearing high heels, going down the stairs is an adventure. I told you, I gave you all those details. And then what happens? She is further delayed by the lady down below, who says that there was another fire noticed by the child who is around 15 years old. She had gone out for a meeting the previous night. Yaare, the lady down below. And நான் இந்த மாதிரிலாம் பார்க்க கூடாது அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. So narrator misses the bus, and what happens is Ainsley joins her at the bus stop. They talk about what the lady has said. Okay, I'll be careful அப்படின்றா Ainsley, but she suspects that the lady down below is spying on them. The narrator remembers the interview that they had. It's called an interview actually. நம்ம போய் பேச மாட்டோமா, வீடு தேடும் போது பேச மாட்டோமா, அதுதான் அவங்க இன்டர்வியூன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. The interview that and it's very very serious pa. In places like Germany, USA, Canada, it's a very serious thing. You'll have to reveal a lot about yourself. உன்னோட ஷெட்யூல்லாம் கேட்டு வச்சுமா. நீ வந்து காலேஜ் முடிச்சுட்டு, இப்ப நான் காலேஜ்ல வேலை பார்க்கறேன்னு வச்சுக்கோ, யூனிவர்சிட்டியில வேலை பார்க்கறேன்னு வச்சுக்கோ, யூனிவர்சிட்டி முடிச்சு நீ எப்போ வருவ, 4:30 மணிக்கு வருவியா, 5 மணிக்கு வருவியா, how often do you go out, இந்த மாதிரிலாம் கேட்பான். எதுக்குன்னே தெரியாது. Especially if it's a separate home and not an apartment. அப்ப நம்ம கேட்டட் கம்யூனிட்டி இதெல்லாம் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. நிறைய அபார்ட்மெண்ட் இருக்கிற இடத்துல, ஃபிளாட் இருக்கிற இடத்துல பிரச்சனை இல்லை. Anyway, so this is what happens. And the interview now over there, and the lady down below had talked only to the narrator, not to Ainsley, because she believes that she doesn't belong to, she's less respectable. And Ainsley has this, she has a schoolgirl like appearance. She looks like a schoolgirl. She dresses up like a schoolgirl sometimes, ஆக்சுவலி இதை நோட் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கோங்க, லேட்டர் சாப்டர்ல அது வரும். இது ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு ரோல் பிளே பண்ணும் இந்த நாவல்ல. Then they take the bus and then the subway, which is a metro. They go to the same district. The offices are in the same district, and the narrator feels that Ainsley has a better job because Ainsley's job is temporary, and she can look forward to. So the narrator, she can look forward to changing the jobs. The narrator reaches her office 45 minutes late, and this is where chapter 1 ends. We will look at chapter 2 in the next video. Thanks a lot, people. Look forward to more videos, and ignore the previous video that I did it in a hurry, so I don't want to. And I hope that I've kept the camera a bit nearer so that it's clearer for you. So thanks a lot, people. Look forward to more videos. இது இந்த chapter படிச்சிருங்க முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கு. Please read it. Thank you, and see you in the next video.